Studying history provides us useful insight to the issues confronting our contemporary society. Hi everyone, a good day ahead of you. I'm Jemar Ardanes Abungan from Best Edge Blackpan, and today we talk about the topic that we chosen among the themes in reading in Philippine history, which is Philippine-American War. I'm so excited to discuss and share about this topic. With further ado, I will start it. So here, we choose the Philippine-American War as the topic and the title of this research discussion. Here is the table of content. At the end of the discussion, the viewer will know and understand about the primary sources Philippine-American War. Second, comprehensive summary of primary sources. Third, significance to the Philippine history. And of course, about the secondary sources, which will be discussed by my partner. Primary sources about Philippine-American War. In this part, as you can see, there's a lot of pictures taken on late 1880s something. Okay, the first picture here, which is the black and white one, are the Filipino soldiers readily took up arms against their former allies once it became clear that independence was no longer a possibility. In this photo, Filipino insurgents stand ready in line, courtesy of University of Wilkinson Digital Recollection via Recollection Wilkinson. Then the second picture tells the Philippine-American War was hardly skirmish, as this illustration of American soldiers suggests. By the war end, 4,200 American and 20,000 Filipino soldiers lay dead, in addition to the 100,000 Filipino civilians. At the last picture was the battle in Manila Bay, also known as Battle of Cavite. Took place on May 1, 1898 during the war. I also link here the link of primary sources of the information I discussed right now. Comprehensive summary. The ensuing Philippine-American War lasted 3 years and resulted in death of over 4,200 American and over 20,000 Filipino combatants and many as 200,000 Filipino civilians dead from violence, famine, and disease. There were two phases to the Philippine-American War. The first phase, from February to November of 1899, was dominated by Aguinaldo-inflated attempts to fight conventional war against the better trained and equipped American troops. The second phase was marked by the Filipino shift to the guerrilla-style warfare. It began in November of 1899, lasted through the capture of Aguinaldo in 1901 into the spring of 1902, by which time most organized Filipino resistance has dissipated. So, what is the significance of it in our Philippine history? First, it provides us useful insight into the issues confronting our contemporary society. Second, Philippine-American give the United States colonial control of the Philippines. It ultimately brought about the final independence of the Philippines from the foreign rule. From their long and often bloody struggle for independence from Spain and then the United States, the Filipino people came to embrace a devoted sense of national identity through their shared experiences and belief. The people came to consider themselves Filipino first and only. As historian David J. Selvey suggests of the Philippine-American War, though there was no Filipino nation in the conflict, the Filipino nation could not have existed without the war. Okay, that's all I want to share about the primary sources of this topic, which is Philippine-American War. Again, I'm Jima Ordanes Abungan, and thank you for the listening.
Good day everyone. Today I will discuss our chosen topic, which is the Philippine-American War. I am Minchi Ann C. Macalanda from BSHM2, Block 1. As you can see in this picture, conservative American journalist and the American Dean of Cartoonist John T. McCutcheon witnessed the event. He described it as the costliest that the Filipino flag had ever flown near the walled city. He continued, it must have been a source of satisfaction to the Filipino revolutionaries to show a strength to force to their hated oppressors, Spanish prisoner watching from Intramuros. The significance to Philippine history. Philippine American gave the United States colonial control of the Philippines. It ultimately brought about the final independence of the Philippines from foreign rule. The second comprehensive summary. The Americans would further report 165 casualties on the Filipino side, including Private Mariano. Some sources, however, indicate that Mariano would remain alive until the end of the war and would receive American amnesty. Mariano Street, located in the vicinity of the Battle of San Mateo, was named. The significance to Philippine history. The Filipinos would eventually retreat from their lines, but it proved to be a costly affair. The Americans reported 24 casualties, including the slain general. Thank you for watching.